So the new Warriors drama continues. It is now at 172,000 dislikes to 3,700 likes. Everybody hates this thing. Everybody hates it. What's really been fun about this, though, is bringing up the way the comic pros have acted over the past couple of years, bringing that back to attention. A lot of people had no idea how bad comics have been for the past 5 years. They've been pretty terrible, and it's been nice to bring that back to people's attention. I had a video yesterday where Donnie Cates decided if you're one of these 172,000 people, well, there's a reason that you hate the new Warriors. It's not because it's a terrible, stupid book. Well, it's because of the fact that, well, you're just a hater and some kind of istophobe. You don't like POC. That's the only reason you hit that downvote button, according to Marvel, Venom, and Thor writer Donnie Cates. But there's a lot of other reasons, and here's one that a lot of people probably overlooked. You have a Native American character here named Trailblazer. That's very progressive for modern Marvel, isn't it? Very, very progressive, Marvel. Can't believe you came up with an idea like that. It's pretty hateful, in my opinion, according to your own standards. But that's not the real reason that I have Trailblazer pulled up here. It's because this is the modern Marvel comic book female character. This is what all of the Twitter people want them to look like, and that's what they use to gauge interest in books. They don't go with their actual fans and people who buy comics. No, they go to Twitter and they see what all the weirdos are talking about. What do they think a comic book should be? And that's what they use for their standards. They go with them. Whatever they want, they give it to them. And that's kind of the problem with comic books in general, is they think that these Twitter weirdos and their likes and retweets equals dollars or something. I'm not too sure, but they've been using this type of gauging for their comics for a long time. And ever since they've started doing it, it's really kind of just damaged the comic book industry as a whole. But that's not the reason that I have Trailblazer pulled up. The reason that I have Trailblazer pulled up is because I want you to take a good look at the future of females in comic books, particularly at Marvel. They've been pushing to move character designs more in shape of this for a while. Now, the men are fine. They're going to leave them the same. They're going to be big, muscular, fit, and so on and so on. That's not changing. Okay, they don't have a problem with that, because the female gaze, that's okay. That's fine. We don't need to get rid of that. But that pesky male gaze, that's got to go. All women need to look like this. Okay, never mind the fact that in comic books, they're supposed to be modeled after like Greek gods. They're supposed to be the pinnacle of what humans can be. But instead, we're going to give you this, heart disease. So if you want to design good-looking female characters, well, they will come after you, and they will come after you hard, real hard. All you need to do is go ahead and take a look at J. Scott Campbell's arts. You can see it right here. Very fine-looking Black Widow. This is a cover to Black Widow #1, the recent reboot, trying to give the character her own solo book. As you can see, they make a fine-looking Black Widow here. Anytime this happens, the old Twitter task force comes out after him. So I really cannot express how deeply I hate this. And then she tags him, J. Scott Campbell, you're nothing. So he gets attacked a lot. He draws a lot of very attractive characters. And because of that, the NPC Puritans, well, they come out. You're going to see a lot of the pronouns in the bio and all of that stuff when that happens. Go over here, right there, she, they. All right. Every time. This person got roasted, though, which is always beautiful to see. But this isn't the only one. These are just examples. I got another one here. One right here. Ever wonder why Campbell's women all have the same face? Look at his wife. They all look like her. And then they, of course, go and find some picture off his Facebook or something, which that's not weird at all, and put it out there. And then they show that, hey, this man loves his wife and uses her as a muse. Oh, my God. So they then proceed to attack and make fun of his wife and his art style again. I mean, this is very fine-looking Felicia Hardy right there, is it not? Very fine-looking Harley Quinn. I mean, I don't see anything wrong here. But of course, too attractive, too slender. Where the hell are her organs, people? That's a problem. So we go back, she doesn't look like this. And this is what all female characters must look like to satisfy the Puritan horde over on Twitter. And if they are not satisfied, well, we're going to have a little bit of a problem, and they'll come out and they will attack. These people don't give a damn about comics. They don't give a damn about Stan Lee either. If anything, all the stuff they've been doing lately just craps all over Stan Lee's legacy. And it's really funny to me that as soon as he passed away, what happened? They came out in droves to attack him. They came out, they started attacking him, calling him nasty. I remember minutes after he passed away, they started going after him, saying he was a terrible person because he was in his late 90s or however old he was. And apparently he had patted a nurse on the butt or something as he's deteriorating mentally. They also ignore the fact that this was likely just some lady looking for attention, saying that Stan Lee touched her booty, and that way she got interviewed by 35 outlets and got some attention. Let's just not even think about that. That's not true at all. There's no way that's a possibility. Why would she do that? You know how it is. So, of course, that puts a stain on him with these people, and they want to destroy him without any proof or evidence. I mean, it's the same old song and dance. All you got to do is look at poor Vic Mignogna and the things that happened to him. It doesn't matter. You don't need evidence to destroy somebody. You just need to say it happened. Then you go into kangaroo court of Twitter, and you're done. And it's really sad, and it's a really, really nasty side effect to trash media, such as social media. And, I think the world would be a better place without Twitter. I really do. But Marvel's not done doubling down. We have another trailer that just came out recently. X Factor #1 trailer. Probably go over this in my live stream tonight, to be honest. So we have this. Here's the writer of this book. Why do all the female writers have like purple hair streaks? Is that like a qualification to work there? It must be. I don't know. But she's going over the book. One of the highlights, her eyes really light up when she describes this, by the way, is, who's going to hook up with who? What could happen? There might be a lot of hooking up in this book. Here's the thing. Every character in this book, one of the pitches, is that they swing both ways in some capacity. And that's the draw here. That's what's really going to make this a hot seller, really going to fly off the shelves. The fact that everyone in the book hooks up with anybody. So they're so out of touch. So this is just as bad as Children of the Atom. It's another book in that line. And, what is this? The fourth SJW book that they've put out in the past 2 weeks. They just announced them over and over again. And this falls right in line with the problems of the comic book industry that we've been going over. They're lazy. They seem to think that people want these Twitter, Tumblr books. Nobody wants them, and they're just not going to stop. And even if the whole beer thing that's going on right now, even if that wasn't an issue, comics were still going to fall because they just keep doubling down on this. They won't let it go. They won't stop. They're on some kind of, mission to just ruin themselves. Part of the problem, like I've said before, is the fact that they don't require money. Papa Disney funds them. It doesn't really matter if they make money or not. They're not running on a capitalist idea of, making money. It's more about the mission, the progressive mission, the message. We need to get that message out there. That's more important than making money. And that's the problem with Marvel Comics, is because they're not in it to make money. They're in it to push a message, an agenda. That's it. And they've been so obsessed with that for the past 5 years that it's rapidly destroyed the comic book industry. And, even if, like I said, everything that's going on right now, it wouldn't matter. the comic book industry was still in trouble and it was still going to fail. This is just being accelerated now. And these people are nasty people. If it was just their comics, we could be a little bit more forgiving. But the way that they treat people, like with J. Scott Campbell, if they don't like you, they don't like the way you think or what you do, they'll cancel you and they'll kick you out and they'll blacklist you and you're done. You better get in line. You better get in line. If this editor, this is the editor of the Marvel Comics line right here. He doesn't like what you have to say. You're blacklisted. Gone. He'll kick you out of the club and make sure you never, ever work in comics again. Anyway, that's it, guys. Let me know what you think about this video. Give me your thoughts on all of this. What do you think? Do you think that Trailblazer is the future of Marvel comic book women? These are the kind of women you want to see in comics. Give me your thoughts on that. Also, share the video. Make sure it gets out there. Throw a like up. Comment if you would. Make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that and subscribe if you're new.